8. Okay. 6. All right. Got it.
I'll try to take the play. See how it goes.
Pitching snuffed out. Yeah. Okay.
All right, turn 1 Delver and a Bobble to follow up. So we can see the trick of stacking your upkeep triggers so that you can potentially flip this Delver. Tony, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're in round 3 of the Competitive Legacy Monthly here in New York City at Game Storia. And so far, it's been a good one. A couple of rounds with Reid so far. A Daze on Green Sun Zenith. Mishra's Bauble. Going to look at the top card. Let's see how Dave stacks these.
Thunder Delver's on top.
Let's go.
All right, reveal for Delver before draw from Bauble. Delver flips, attack for 3.
I've been working on it for a while.
Okay.
Getting all the pieces.
Is this the first time you're playing it? Or you've played a little bit?
Sure. Like,
And a Ponder for Dave.
It's fun, isn't it?
yes. Is exactly my kind of.
And it's a Ponder Shuffle.
No matter what color is around it. It could be blue, it could be red green, it could be red, mono red. Yeah. Go ahead. That's how those things go. Up upkeep, draw.
Passing the turn. It's a little bit crowded at this event, so we got deck boxes and pads and all of it hanging out on the table. On the top center of your screen, you can see the monopod holding the other camera for the other feature match. It's all very crammed, but we're making it work. Baleful Strix on the stack for Reid.
Something good. Yep.
Well, still red and pull. Build my opal for a power.
Yeah.
I wish this. Yeah, I was 19.
Countered. Go.
Force pitching Brainstorm on the Baleful Strix. Baleful Strix is a nice roadblock for decks like Reid's against creatures like Murktide and Insectile Aberration. Wasteland on the Trop. We'll see how this Force of Will works out. So far, looking good. We're down to 13. Brainstorm happening here.
Fetch down to 12.
Down to 12, so in range for attacks in multiples of 3. For 4 turns. Lightning Bolt shortens that. Something I'm sure both players are aware of. Tropical Island and Noble Hierarch. It's not really a blocker, but could help Reid overcome the Wasteland. Another Wasteland hits Underground Sea, so Reid off of black. See, Reid has a Brainstorm and a Force, it looks like. Looks like Brainstorm, Force cards that I can't see are the rest. A Bayou is in hand.
Forest.
2 Wastelands already fired off in this game by Dave. Attacking for 1. Abrupt Decay. Can't counter that. Insectile Aberration down.
Batterskull is...
Dave looking at the graveyard. Are we about to see a Murktide? Fetch. We know it'll probably get forced. Does Dave have a daze to protect Murktide here if it gets cast? Murktide hitting the stack. We'll see how Reid responds. I think this is a force target.
Delver.
Attempt to go searching.
Force of will. Med 8 life.
Go.
All right, no protection for Murktide. Murktide into the graveyard. Yeah, both players are 2-0 at this point. I'll just put that in here.
The grind on the stack.
That Murktide would have been pretty damn good if Reid didn't have that force of will, but that's how it goes. All right, so the second brainstorm getting fired off now.
Grind resolve?
Yes. Pyro. Go again.
Yep.
Dragon engine.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. That had lifelink in.
No.
All right.
This is the old.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Definitely didn't draw the other one. Oh, that's yeah. Yeah, it deals 5, it doesn't kill it, so then we have those lineages on the creature is on Forest,
I'll take 2. Or 13.
Is Dave running something for card advantage? I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
Trigger. Discard.
Yeah.
Draw 3.
Delver deck does use Ponder and Brainstorm. You have deck lists for both players posted in our Discord server. Beyond Ponder Brainstorm, let's see. Looks like to predict in Dave's list.
Minus. Okay. So I get to cast until the next episode.
Any lists we have are posted in the Discord. I'm not sure exactly which list you're talking about right now, Sweeney.
It's the end of your next turn.
Oh,
okay. Yep.
Okay, your turn.
Man, I'll pass it.
We don't collect lists at every event, but at this event, we collected every list that we'll see on stream today.
yeah.
And more. Okay, kind of a sad Ice Fang Coatl, no death touch, comes in.
On your outside, this.
We have the double interaction.
9. Trigger. Return token, triggers.
Yeah, I felt like
Make that guy.
Take my 10?
yeah,
No, the token.
I've done that since I've owned my favorite.
Oh, okay.
I just thought it was
I'm
good
trolling.
tech.
I'm trolling.
Okay, I believe I have life totals correct now.
Alright, draw.
Sorry about that. Yeah, there were no snow lands in the deck. A small error by Reid in deck building for this event. Forgot to make the basics snow, I guess.
Combat.
Go.
Misty Rainforest.
It can be really good, it can be really bad. You get how it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just drew a sideboard card. See how that happened.
You know I have.
I think Reid just said I just drew a sideboard card. Oh no.
This is
Playing black?
Judge. Thanks for helping out. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm replacing my draw.
Okay, now drawing a card that is supposed to be in the deck.
Zenith for 3.
Green Sun Zenith, X is 3.
Go to 11.
Play land.
All right, and Uro gets the scoop from Dave Kaplan, so Reid up a game here.
I didn't have any actual legacy decks back then, so I just
Also key.
needed to play Cockatrice. I'm like, I want to learn to play legacy, but I don't have any of the cards.
The decision was sure.
Dragon's Rage Channeler is the turn 1 play from Dave Kaplan.
To make a good decision.
I like Gatecast. I think it's still very good.
Yeah, I definitely it's still very high quality. It just sees so many cards. Like, it makes your cards better. It's like, see all my cards. Draw 1,000 cards a game.
Alright, you'll be on the play? Okay, that's good.
This is going to trigger once we discard.
Yeah.
Fatal push.
Fatal push on Dragon's Rage Channeler happening, and it resolves. So ponder for Dave.
Holder?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Draw.
We're watching the competitive Legacy tournament at Game Storia in New York City from this past weekend. Wasteland on Underground Sea. The follow-up for Reid is a Forest into Noble Hierarch.
Pitch the guide.
Yeah.
Pitch guess. I'll search up a mountain and pass the turn.
That is not a snow forest. Reid accidentally left out snowlands from this list. There is only one Ice Fang, though.
For welding, we will go.
So many game objects.
Stop printing them. Make them in.
Going to 18?
Ponder on the stack for Dave.
Two counters?
No, I have to, it's a trigger. You're wax. I cast it.
Trade card.
You can bounce. Oh, no. Yep, you can.
Are things happening?
You know, everything else you cast there, sure. Maybe not.
Kaplan fetches a Volk there.
Draw.
Great. You can keep this guy. This will work.
Think about my life choices.
Okay, and the Noble Hierarch got bolted. I wasn't sure what happened there for a second, but Noble Hierarch is dead. Verdant Catacombs pass. Graveyard has enough food in it now for Murktide to potentially delve.
We'll float them out.
Okay.
So, good searching.
Sure.
Good.
Delver pass.
I do have photos.
19, 17.
4 cards in hand for Kaplan.
And step. I go to 18.
Yep.
All right. Fetch on end step. This match was recorded on Saturday, this past Saturday.
I hate to do it, but I'm going to Assassin's Trophy.
You're not actually going to do that to be right.
Assassin's Trophy on Delver.
I'll search.
All right. Kaplan will then search for a basic land. And there it is. Basic island. Yeah, Dave's holding up the stream all on his own.
I think so.
Kinda. Yeah.
Fetch, so 17.
It was questionable.
I'll target the bull.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Uro.
Uro's a good one. Delver players love Uro, right, everybody?
So I'm at 20 life. I'll draw a card.
Furnace.
Put this into play from Uro.
Raise your hand if you're a Delver player that loves Uro.
Painter. Name.
End step brainstorm for Kaplan this time. End step brainstorm, everybody.
You have one card left?
Do. Go.
Do upkeep. Want to predict myself.
Nice.
Name lightning bolt.
Yep.
Draw 2.
Yep.
Predict puts a lightning bolt into the graveyard. Draw 2.
I assume you don't want the second stab here, guys.
Uro could potentially escape this turn. Reid likely will want a mana to play around Daze, is my guess. Pyroblast can blow up Uro. That's one way. Murktide larger than it also can help. Alright, so there's the extra mana Reid was likely looking for. We'll see what happens with Uro here.
Green. Green. Sorry. I think about what I'm just doing with this.
And there's Pyroblast. So Uro is countered on the stack.
Oh, it's your.
Reid can pretty quickly refill this graveyard to escape Uro once again. 3 other cards in the graveyard right now. There's a fetch land in play. You see Reid has a Force of Will in hand. I'm not sure about a blue card to pitch, though.
Yeah.
Time to draw a card.
Scalding Tarn.
You can.
They're super mid though, so you're probably
First,
Spawn. Oh, it's all your graveyard.
Okay.
I don't think it's
One, yeah.
19.
How many? 19?
19. 19 to 18.
Yes. Go ahead.
that wasn't a good card. That was
I mean, now you can end it, you know?
right. The shot I wish I should. That requires. Go to you.
Trying to help you out.
All right, another brainstorm for Dave.
This puts me at 1917. Yep. Do it. Press down. good dress code.
Other?
He's the one. Tap on deep draw.
Hello, KZ. Calling me an old man. Interesting. Cheddar is here. Says it's a lovely day here in Louisiana. But what time is it in Louisiana is what we're all wondering. Time zone stuff is crazy.
1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards.
Just take it off.
Murktide hitting the stack.
Cards in hand?
Looks like Kaplan is planning for it to be full size. Let's see if Reid has a response. I assume there will be a force here. Force pitching brainstorm.
You got one too.
Black?
Okay. Set these turns. Thank you guys. Okay, my turn.
Forcing back is Kaplan to protect this Murktide on the stack potentially. Pitching another force of will.
You're making a dude?
I'm gonna try.
So you're going to 16?
Murktide is
Okay.
good.
Uro could potentially escape on Reid's next turn now if this fetch gets cracked.
X equals 1? No, it has to be 1.
Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna go find that batter support in my deck.
Again.
That's fine.
Activate Welder.
Target?
All right, and escape. Exiling the entire graveyard. It'll resolve.
Complete trigger. Get a dream token, triggers down the storyteller, gets a counter tier.
Can you serve?
Wasteland on the
Okay.
battlefield.
Resolve?
Go to 13.
17 to 13, here you go.
Yep, you're good. Get that search.
Wasteland gets placed on the battlefield using Uro's ability.
Exile the mother.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cheddar saying that's game. This is an 8/8 Murktide. A second Murktide following up could change things. See how this goes.
Cards are commenting.
2.
Another Pyro Blast from Kaplan. Uro goes back into the graveyard. And passing the turn.
1 in the air, 6 on the ground. And it's got the attacks on it.
I'll just take 7. Sure.
14.
Bud says I'm running 2 Uro in the sideboard of my Infect. I think it's that strong. Uro is a good card. All right, people are taking it back. Still game to play, says Cheddar. This isn't over yet, says Cheddar.
I have Emerald on my deck. You can look through it.
I just kept flooding.
Yeah.
Dealt with my stuff. That's true.
Assassin's Trophy on Murktide's going to be pretty good here. And it resolves. Does Kaplan have another basic? No, just going to shuffle.
Leovold.
Leovold comes in. That's another good one. That'll be tough to beat.
And we're playing Fury, so I was like, wait, I played this card. This card's
Combat.
instant speed. This card, yeah, that's good. Flips Delver.
How big is the construct?
A lot of 6/6 going on there. I
I'll
never
upgrade the
played with it long enough to like decide whether or not it was actually better.
Another Pyroblast. Leovold hits the trash.
I like the thought of it.
I mean, I'm playing both. Fury main and then these
Yeah,
side.
that makes sense. Fury attacks and blocks.
So 16, 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I took the first negation out of my deck for
Kaplan's fighting off these Leovolds and Uros, but needs to slam another Murktide most likely in order to get this one.
So I'm trying Chalice.
Waste on Trop, okay. That's something.
And I'm trying out Unlicensed main. 2 Unlicensed.
Doesn't really stop Uro because of Dryad Arbor, but
is great.
Yeah.
Like sometimes
Is it better to hit a Dryad Arbor? Maybe Kaplan's thinking about Mystic Sanctuary potentially as a
Kind of with your graveyard.
no.
and then it's an awkward turn.
I don't know.
Because you have to use your spirit guide. That's usually
Mystic Sanctuary feels unlikely.
good games.
Yeah, not enough in the graveyard right now for Uro, but as we've seen in this game, it can fill up pretty quickly. Wasteland. I mean, if Reid was desperate, they can float a mana with Dryad Arbor, waste it, and then escape Uro. There's ways to fill it up.
14?
14 all. But you know, after the first two Stoneforge Mystics, I'm usually done. So if you just want to take the other two out of my deck,
I don't think we're that desperate at this point. I'm just saying. There's ways to do it.
Triple Zenith for 3.
Green Sun Zenith for 3. That is going to resolve. I'm expecting Endurance here. Looks like Reid has picked out Leovold. I didn't think about the possibility of a second Leovold, but now that I remember the deck list, there are 2 Leovolds, so that makes some sense. Endurance would be a way to stop future Murktides or slow down Delirium, potentially. Reid reminding that Ponder will not allow a draw. Dave Kaplan just wanted to rearrange the top of the library, potentially, but just going to shuffle.
You have 1 grindstone? I'll attempt to do it again.
Okay.
So, first one resolves. I will destroy your grindstone. Second one resolves.
Zenith for 3.
Another Green Sun Zenith for 3. Maybe this time we get Endurance? Alright, this time we get Endurance. Dave's graveyard will go away onto the bottom of the library. Reid is fine with it. Attacking for 4. And Kaplan scoops it up. He's seen enough.